Hey, what's up everybody? So Ultimate Ears has come out with the Wonderboom 3. So obviously this has got to be way better than the Wonderboom 2. Because Wonderboom 2 came out, that's been a little while back. So, gotta be great, right? Lots of changes. Let's find out. So Ultimate Ears parent company Logitech has come out with the Wonderboom 3. Obviously the successor to Wonderboom 2. So you would assume that since the Wonderboom 2 has been out for a little while, they would have really made some big improvements to the Wonderboom 3. No, they actually didn't. Actually, it's pretty much the same dadgum speaker. We'll go over some of the controls real quick. If you're familiar with this speaker, you already know, but I'll go over real fast. You get your plus and minus. Obviously, I like the big buttons for your volume. You have your power button, multifunction, play, pause, skip forward track, and it's also used to connect two Wonderboom 3s together. Now, this will not pair TWS or wirelessly like that with the Wonderboom 2 or the Mega Boom or the Hyper Boom or the Boom, the older ones. So they're kind of taking the JBL route where you can't pair it together with one of the older speakers. Don't like that. And then you have your Bluetooth button up here. Now, when you go around to the back, you have a little hatch here. And hopefully you can see that. Micro USB. Let me repeat. Micro USB. Now in 2022, that's really ridiculous. I cannot believe they're so lazy that they didn't change it. And there's no 3.5 millimeter jack. So this is Bluetooth only. And worse than that, the jack is like recessed back up in there. Now, I used to not really care so much about whether the speaker had USB or micro USB or USB-C, but that was like 3 years ago. Now in 2022, bringing out a brand new release speaker with micro USB, that's just flat lazy. I can't believe they did that. The speaker itself, I think it's pretty much the same speaker. They did increase the battery life a whopping 1 hour. That's right, 1 hour. Now you've gone from 14 hours with this one, whereas the Wonderboom 2 was 13 hours. Holy smokes. Stop it with all these upgrades. Now, they do tout this thing to be, I think, made out of 31% recyclable materials. So if you're a tree hugger, that may be just all you need to pick this one up, because it's made out of old plastic. The speaker itself, I don't know what Bluetooth is running. I could not find on the site, the Ultimate Ear site, or the Amazon description what Bluetooth it's running. It says it's like 131 feet range, whereas the Wonderboom 2 was 100. So I'm assuming it's a newer Bluetooth, at least 5.1, maybe higher than that. They don't say, so I don't know. IPX67 rated, so you can get it wet. It's dust-proof, waterproof, submergible, and it will float. So that's a good thing. But that's the way the Wonderboom 2 was also. So basically the speaker really hasn't changed. I mean, it's the same. Everything's the same, other than 1 hour more battery life, maybe a little bit more Bluetooth range. So I'm assuming it's running newer Bluetooth, and it's still rocking micro USB. Now, I remember in 2019, I think it was 2019, maybe older than that, Ultimate Ears came out with the Earfun U-Boom. This is a similar speaker to that. It's a little bit bigger. Similar, but this was back in 2019. This right now, this is like a $50 speaker. USB-C, 3.5 millimeter jack. So, Logitech, you guys are lazy. So anyway, with that being said, I will point out too that just like the Wonderboom 2, it has a little tree symbol on the bottom. That's for outdoor mode. What happens when you use that is you get more treble. It gets brighter and louder and cuts bass. So when you're outside, typically, if you're out in the open area, that kind of zaps the bass anyway. So, but going back to the Earfun, it has the same thing. So with all that out of the way, we'll have to take a listen to this baby. So let's do a sound check. So I'm about 8 feet away from the speaker. Camera zoomed in a little bit. If you have headphones, I suggest putting them on for the sound demo. This is in its standard mode, not the outdoor mode. I guess you would call it the indoor mode, but it's the default. Go down to 60. $40. $20. 100%. Change track, still 100%. %60. %40. So you lose a little bass when you go up to 100% or full volume. Got a little bit of that treble brightness to it. Can get a little harsh sounding. The mids are all right. You get your like that with your vocals. They seem right about where they should be. So let's take this and put it in its outdoor mode and give that a try. All right, we got the bottom button push, the tree. So we're in outdoor mode. %60. 40%. 80%. 100%. As you can tell, it loses the little bit of bass that it does have. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is right where that plus and minus buttons are, there's two active drivers that kind of fire out at an angle, and then behind that, firing at an angle, or they're not firing, but they're passive radiators. So the setup is similar to the Hyperboom, where you've got two front speakers, drivers, kind of angled out. They're not coming straight at you due to being a round body on the speaker. So that's the sound check. So let's go to a final wrap up of the good, the bad, and the ugly. So there you go, guys. That's the wrap up on the Wonderboom 3. Now let's go over the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now the good on this speaker, it is IPX67, so you don't have to worry about it getting wet, getting dirty, and what have you. So in that aspect, it's good. It has 2 different EQ modes. That's good. The overall build quality is good. You can supposedly drop this from 5 or 6 feet, no problem. So overall, it's a good built speaker. I like the big buttons for old people, like they can find the buttons easily. Now the bad is $100. $100 is quite a bit. I don't think it's the best value for $100 that you can get out there. Like I said before, Earphone U-Boom's been out for a while, and it's actually superior than this in some ways. And you get that for 40 or 50 bucks, and it's TWS compatible. One of the bad thing, it still has no 3.5 millimeter jack. I don't like that. I don't like it when they cut that out. Don't have that option to use. The ugly, well, it's obvious what the ugly is. This is still using a micro USB to charge. That's unacceptable from a big company. You know, I bought a lot of speakers in the last couple years. Very few in the last 2 years have had micro USB, and that was usually from some cheap Chinese company. But for a big company like Ultimate Ears to release this in 2022 with micro USB, that's unacceptable. Whoever decided to be that lazy, they need to be fired. Because a lot of people are going to be ticked off by that. Like I said, I didn't used to care that much, but now in 2022, should never happen. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I don't think this is a bad speaker. If you could get it for about 50 or 60 bucks, I think this would be a good option. $100, I just don't see it. And like I said, you cannot wirelessly pair this with a Wonderboom 2. I don't like that they do that either. I'd put that on the bad list also. But the micro USB, that's ugly. That's butt ugly. Again, that's where you see it on the you see it on the street. You have to look away and go the other way. That's that ugly. So that's a wrap, guys. Everybody stay safe. We'll see you at the next one. Expect to see this up against the Earphone U-Boom coming soon, because I think that's going to be a good comparison for a speaker that's less than half the price. That's a wrap.